Hey there YouTube, this is the BizzyBro channel again. I'm going to start off with a Quickdraw deck. So, of course, you have the 3 Quickdraw Synchron. It's how you run the deck. This deck is going to be a little bit different. Bear with me. I'm going to post another one then. Be a little bit different there too.
It's my version.
Quickdraw Synchron, obvious. Next, you have your Junk Synchron. Yes, I got the nice Ultra set. Pretty good. Go. So going with that, that's obvious for the graveyard pulls. You pull out your level leader, your Synchron Explorer, whatever you need. Go into those quick, go into quick 5. It's really good top deck material.
Make sure you mention.
Then next you have Synchron Explorer. Really essential to go into your basic synchros instead of going into your synchrons. You can pull your Quickdraw Synchron out of the grave. Go straight into your 7s. If you need a Black Rose to happen, that's perfect. You can pull out your Junk Synchron, go into another 5. As I said before, Junk Synchron's really good at going into your basic synchros as well instead of the synchrons. However, you can go into the Junk Warrior. So big plays. Next, triple Doppel Warrior. Some people run 2. I saw one person run 1. That's ridiculous. You need these for quick draw fodder to ditch the grave. Later on, you can top deck that Junk Synchron, pull it out, go 5, get your tokens to play with later with your 1 tuners, which I'll show you in a bit.
Or combo with Junk Synchron to boost them to 31.
That, and they definitely special right from the hand anytime you do that top deck Junk Synchron or Synchron Explorer. Perfect cards here. I'm getting myself a super set. This should be here soon. Level leader, absolutely essential to this deck. The one of few ways to combo into the Formula Synchron. Besides the tokens from Doppel Warrior. Absolutely essential to getting Quasar out, knock down some levels on your synchros, use those later, knock down like a 7 to a 5 over a period of time, and use those for the Quasar. Unknown Synchron. Your level 1 tuner has that special summon capabilities. Your opponent has to control a monster, you control no monsters, you toss that out there, combo that with the tokens or level leader, and you go ahead into your Formula Synchron, get that draw.
And it's a great tuning target.
Something I'm super happy to see back is Spore. So of course that brings the plant engine minus glow up bulb, which I'm still sad about. I wish they'd bring that back eventually, but that would just make everything too broken again. So you have your Lonefire, you can bring out your Dandy, you can bring out your Spore. I like Spore plays better. You toss this out, you have that in grave. You have the 4 sync later, which is really nice.
And this deck was really missing a second 1 tuner.
I run 1 Maxx just for that draw power. The deck does add enough to the hand from the deck. However, the draw power and the stun capabilities of the Maxx is really nice. Also, another target in grave for your Junk Synchron. You can also end up comboing this with other tuners, and you can go into that Dark Diviner. You can do that with Junk Synchron and Level Leader. Definitely check that out as a super released in the promos. This is why the deck varies a little bit. I play BLS because of the light targets I'm going to show you in just a sec. The extra deck sinks into light very frequently. You have Road Warrior, you have, I'll show you then, you'll see, I'll explain that. I play 2 Thunder Kings for the control. Despite the amount of times you're adding cards from your deck to your hand, you just play around this, you keep them on the field, you know how it goes, you keep them down, you stop your opponent, or they have to run right into them. Except for when they bring out those 2,000 normal monsters, which are really annoying this format. Tuningware is absolutely awesome. Perfect target for a card I'm going to show you in the spells then. You get the +1 whenever you use them as synchro material, and get that draw on your opponent.
And the +2 with Formula Synchron.
Effect Veiler, I play 1, mainly because there's not a whole lot of room in this deck. 1's still okay. I mean, the extra deck has a lot of effects to get around monsters. You don't really worry about Zen mains too much with this deck, which has been the big problem with the format. So there's 1 Veiler. I run Trag, because of the Maxx, as you might have seen in my brother's agent, or the TG agent deck, he likes to talk about how Trag combos with Maxx to get the hand advantage. You drop this, you have huge variance in levels in the grave. You manipulate that, you use that as synchro material, just about anything, or overlay material if you have the right capability to go into a rank 3 or 2. Gorz, of course, hand trap. You stop your opponent from the OTK. That's another dark target there. This is a little bit different. I tech a Caius. This is what I was talking about, getting around like Zen mains, or definitely baiting the Logia, Dolka bait as well. I mean, they're either going to lose their monster to the banish zone, or they're going to stop you and waste their material. Next, you have the staple, Dark Hole, Heavy, Monster Reborn, and yes, I play Book in this one. I know a lot of people aren't using Book now. Smart choices, since they just brought back Tsukuyomi for the September 1st list. Really nice. Oh, I also play the MST, just one, mainly because, again, I'm out of room in this deck. It's kind of ridiculous how packed this thing is. Basically, what you absolutely need in this deck is the 3 tunings. Unfortunately, I have 2 ultras, 1 ulti. If anybody has an ultra, I can definitely talk to you about a trade and just trade you off one of these. If you don't know what it does, you add a Synchron tuner from your deck to your hand, you mill 1. The mills can hurt or help you. It's basically luck of the draw. ROTA, you can grab your Doppel Warrior, your Junk Synchron. It's essential to getting that search to the hand. If you're really coming up dead, you top deck this and you're back in the game. Avarice, absolutely essential. You have your synchros piling up in the grave constantly, especially after you go into Quasar. You reload, toss those back, draw 2, top deck like another Junk Synchron. You toss out that Catastor if you need it, or Hyper Librarian to set up for the next turn to keep those draws going. It's really nice. Allure for the draw power. You have plenty of dark targets. I like to be risky with that sometimes. Start no darks in hand and just play it, hope for the best. I usually get a Doppel Warrior, toss away one of those. It's pretty lucky. I like it. 1 for 1, perfect for this deck, especially since Spore's back now. I don't have to run that attack gainer anymore. Man, that thing was killing me. However, you can take out the 1,000 attack from your opponent, so it's up to you. I mean, you can keep the attack gainer or go the Spore. Mind Control. Any synchro deck that runs like this, you're going to have the capabilities of taking your opponent's stuff, use that as your material. It's perfect. Foolish Burial, toss your Dandylion, put your targets to grave. You can toss a Quickdraw. If you have a Synchron Explorer in hand, you can toss just about anything that you can pull from the grave, since there's so much special summoning. Especially, yeah, you want to get level leader spam to the grave if you can't get one there on your own. And 1 trap, Ghost Solemn. That's it. It's kind of nice.
Looks like a mirror. There you go.
I'm thinking about running Treacherous Trap Hole over this. This is nice, but Treacherous is absolutely dirty, and nobody expects it. Pop those 2, or even pop one of your own, since you have that useless level leader after you go into Quasar most of the time.
Kind of need it for the protection, though.
On to the extra deck. Obvious. Quasar Dragon. I mean, this thing has its own OTK power. It's really easy to go into in this deck. You get set up, that's game. Negates anything once per turn.
Except for Super Poly.
Shooting Star Dragon. Obviously, you need that in here because of shooting Quasar's special ability. That's on the last line there. Pull him out from the extra deck. You have plenty of tuners. You might get up to 3-4 attacks in a turn with this thing. 3300 is really nice. Has all those special abilities. You know all about it. Road Warrior. It's not only a light target for the BLS, but it also helps spam out your Doppel Warriors you can put out. Any level 2 or lower warrior machine, especially Unknown Synchron, if you have tokens on the field, you get him out, you get your formula, you have that basically set up, you can just start level leading off of your Road Warrior, knock him down a couple.
Hold on, go ahead and read his effect for those who aren't.
So for those who don't play Road Warrior, once per turn you special summon 1 level 2 or lower warrior type or machine type from your deck. Not from hand, not from graveyard, directly from that deck. So you got to know what you're going to foolish to the grave. Make sure you're not pulling stuff out too early if you know you're going to be able to go into him sometime soon.
Also thins the deck while letting you plus further.
Scrap Dragon, obvious. You have a bunch of useless targets. You can literally just take out a level leader from your grave, pop him, goes back, pop him out again. You have him at a 6. That's perfect for going into a Quasar. You get the pop on your opponent. Huge pluses. Stardust, obvious for protection. You really need it with this deck because if you get Darkhold, it's not a good situation. I did like Starlight in here. However, I don't run enough back row to protect it. I did like it for the monster protection, though. I'm not running it now. Junk Berserker, you go into a 7 a lot with this deck.
Read his effect too then.
So a lot of people don't know a whole lot about him. You can remove from play 1 junk monster from your graveyard. You select 1 monster your opponent controls, and that monster is going to lose attack equal to the junk monster you just removed from play. You can also auto-kill defense position monsters with this without damage calculation. Black Rose, definitely great. You have a formula down on the field you can't really do a whole lot with. You have something else to go into 7 sitting around. You wait for your opponent's main phase. You see they're going to plus on you harder than you could last turn. You absolutely nuke them there, stop them in their main phase, and
you have the
hope
plans
for the best.
For the second effect as well.
Yeah, you also have the Dandylion, and once you've used Spore, or not, no, you can't use Spore, but once you have Dandylion in the grave, or you don't need to use Spore, you can banish either of those, knock your opponent's monster to 0, and attack there.
You're at 10 minutes, wrap it up.
Junk Archer, this is what I was talking about, getting around Zen mains. You just, once per turn, you remove from play a monster, you know it loses its material then when it comes back during the next end phase.
Tell them about the ruling with. Tell them about the ruling.
Oh,
with
and
lights and dark,
when this
monsters.
banishes Chaos Sorcerer or BLS, and it cannot come back after that because it was special summoned the correct way the first time. However, it can't return because of that special summoning condition bringing it back.
Whenever it's banished, it's considered leaving the game. So whenever it re-enters, it has to be able to meet the conditions a second time.
And it didn't, so it can't come back. Junk Gardna saves lives. It's perfect. You can switch your opponent's monster to defense on their main phase or your main phase. Switch him to attack if you want to go on the offense. And he's absolutely what you go into Quasar for. He hits the field. Yeah, and when he dies, you can also change a battle position. He hits the game every single time.
The game?
He hits in your game. Like he'll come out every single game.
Yeah, okay.
Gravity Warrior, only because Brian Axe gone, I like him. If your opponent has that spam on you, all you can spit out is a 6. You plus, say they have 3 monsters, you plus that 900 attack. You're looking at a 3100 Gravity Warrior about to knock down your opponent.
You're at 1130.
TG Hyper Librarian, obvious, you get the draw power. Junk Warrior, you get Doppel tokens. You leave a Doppel Warrior on the field, you're going to get 800 attack. It's going to be a 3100 Junk Warrior. Catastor, obvious. Armory Arm, another light target, especially helps whenever you have a Quasar and they have a monster left. You can knock that monster down, do the damage, and then you can go ahead and attack again. Do as much damage as possible. And Formula Synchron.
Everyone needs a Formula Synchron.
Everyone needs this card in this kind of deck. So that's it for BizzyBros channel, and we'll see you next time.